AITA for packing up and leaving after my girlfriend suggested we take space? This morning, I packed my bags and walked out of my girlfriend's house. For context, I, 28M, and my girlfriend, 26F, have been together for 2.5 years. We met while working in the same industry. She was a server, and I worked security. Our relationship hasn't been perfect, but overall, I was happy. After the honeymoon phase, she started constantly accusing me of cheating with no evidence. She has her own issues to work through, and while she's been improving, it's been a slow process. The fights have become less frequent, and things seem to be better, until recently. Currently, she still works in the industry, while I've moved on to concerts and events since getting a full-time job. This shift in my career helped reduce our arguments because I wasn't in the club scene as much anymore. The main issue now is that she goes out a lot, and I'm not comfortable with how often she's out at clubs with friends. Most of her current friends are people she met in the club, either coworkers or through socializing. Almost every time they hang out, it's at the club. To be clear, I don't think she's cheating on me, but I'm not thrilled with her constant partying. When we first started dating, she was heavily into drugs as a way to cope with stress, and I helped her cut back. However, when she goes out now, she often gives in to FOMO and will still partake in drugs, even if she only plans to stay for a short time. Lately, she's been going out more than usual. There's always a birthday or some other reason for her to meet up with her friends after work. It bothers me, and I've told her, but she says there's nothing she can do because that's just what her friends do. Recently, I had plans to go out of town for a boys' night with some friends, and I'd be staying overnight. I told my girlfriend, knowing she'd be upset. Sure enough, she got distant and upset, even though I wasn't doing anything but hanging out. I explained to her that the emotions she was feeling about me going out are the same ones I feel whenever she's out with her friends. When I got back the next evening, she was distant. I called her on the way home and asked if she wanted to grab dessert, but she said there was food at home. I dropped it and came home, but her mood didn't improve. When I tried to dig deeper, she gave me the usual, "nothing's wrong" response and eventually said she was just tired. I also mentioned that I'd like to take Tuesday off so we could go watch a movie, since we hadn't had a proper date night in a while. She shot that down too, saying I should work instead and that we could plan another night. She didn't want me to bring up the fact that I'd taken time off to spend with her during a future argument. This has been a recurring issue. When I have time off, I try to spend it with her, but she often cancels plans to take extra shifts at work. While I don't mind her making extra money, it's frustrating when she later complains that we don't spend enough time together. This morning, she told me she was going to her friend's house after lunch with her parents. I asked normal questions like, "Will you be home for dinner?" and "Are we staying at your parents' or mine tonight?" We've been bouncing between homes after a flood. She kept answering with "I don't know," which eventually led to her suggesting that we take some space. At that point, I'd had enough. I told her we didn't need space, we should just break up. In my mind, we've been together for over 2 years, we were literally looking for a new apartment together, and I felt like if she's asking for space, what are we even doing? So, I packed my stuff and left. Now I'm wondering, did I overreact? I feel like I've done everything for her, and I'm just tired of all the back and forth. When things are good, they're great, but when it's bad, it's really bad. Am I the a-hole for walking out?